are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and the song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate. And learn to cooperate. Yeah, hit that like button and do your thing. 5 membership will get you in. So let's talk dogs and don't waste no time. Monday 7 PCST. Don't come doing the HATE. Otherwise Hollywood will give you the BYE. Here we go, kill the whistle. Oh yeah, we are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and a song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate. And learn to cooperate. Hit that like button and do your thing. 5 membership will get you in. So let's talk dogs and don't waste no time. Monday 7 PCST. Don't come doing the HATE. Otherwise Hollywood will give you the BYE.
The BYE Monday Bully Live. You know how we do it every Monday at 7 p.m. CST. Hey, let me bring in my dog, Michael Higginson. What's up, bro?
Man, what's going on, fam?
Hey, man, I've been studying up on the muscles for chromosomes and this and that until I got hit up by like 6 different people today talking about what's the difference between an American Bully and a pit. I'm like, what? You haven't seen my bully versus pit video? No, I seen it, but I want to hear it from you. You know, they always want to hear it from you. I'm like, no, bro, it don't sound like you seen it, bro. Because first of all, I was the one who did the video. And second of all, it was very, very crystal clear the difference between an American Bully and a pit. Mike, talk to me, bro. What is one of the first things when you look at a pit and you look at a bully that kind of strikes you right off the bat that these two are just not the same?
Well, definitely the shape of the skull, the stop specifically.
Yes.
That's probably at a glance the first thing I would notice. And, you know, also our breed is getting away from the muzzle length of the terrier. And that would probably be 2 of the things besides mass that I would notice immediately.
All right, let me just say this real quick. Kyle, keep an eye on old Sergio over here. Because Sergio Miñarez or Miñarez sounds to me like he's a Pitbull purist. Now, listen, bro, I get it. I get it. You love your pitties, right? You're going to hit the bullies with whatever angle you can because you love your pitties. I get it. But this ain't the platform for that because we're about the bully up in here, right? So let me just say this. The American Bully did start out from pits and staffies, and thank God we're long away from that. We have dogs that actually don't react, right? We have dogs that don't have that crazy drive, don't listen to you. They just want to go do their thing because they got to follow their instincts. And, hey, man, I ain't taking a shot at your pitch, bro. If that's what you like, great. But the bully is meant to be a companion breed, and that's because way back when they started out with the pits out in the UK, they were actually doing something that's called bull baiting. Did you know that, Mike? They used to throw these dogs in the ring with a bull, right? That's right. And look, what's crazy is bull baiting got outlawed, and both the pit and the bulldog of the time were redirected. Did you know, Mike, did you know why the pit is called a pit bull? Do you know where the name originated from?
I know what they did originally. I'm not sure where the name comes from now.
Well, I'm going to tell you what they did originally. It was
in the video, though.
Yeah, they were bull baiting. You know what? I'm going to have to play this video, but they were actually bull baiting. But when it got outlawed, they then started putting rats in a pit.
They started fighting killing rats.
That's it. So it was really a ratting dog. It became, better yet, they redirected it to being a ratting dog, and that's where it got its pit name. Man, we got a bunch of people here. Miss Christina Higginson in the house, MJA, saying he's on his way to pick his 3rd American Bully. Esoteric says XL pit bulls. I don't know about XL pit bulls, bro. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be honest with you. I know bullies come from pits and staffies, so I know enough about the pit of what is necessary for me to identify within my breed. So if I have a puppy that's got too much prey drive or has a, I don't know, 70 degree, 60 degree stop, I know full well that's not what I want, because pit traits, or better yet, terrier traits, is not what is, or not attributes that we want in our breed.
Yeah, matter of fact, whenever you made this video, it's been over a year ago, I think. But whenever you did, really, when you list them all out and look at all the differences, there's quite a few.
Oh yeah,
there's 10 main differences, I think, if I remember right.
Well, we're definitely going to get into it. Adam Fields is up in here. Adam, do me a favor. I need you to answer me something, man, because I have something prepared, right? But I got to ask you, right? Is Miss Freddie Stravia there with you watching us live? Give me a yes or no, man. Give me a yes or no. Don't take all day. I need you to go ahead, type it in. Let me know, man. Let me know. Brayman says there's a place for both breeds, but they're totally different. I personally love both, but I don't own an APBT. I don't necessarily like APBTs. I don't. And this is just my personal preference. And the reason I don't is because there's too much drive, right? There's too much reaction. I like dogs to actually have to turn to me and see if I give a thumbs up or thumbs down. So Adam Fields says, pues claro que sí, cabrón. So listen, everybody right now. Mike, I got to push you back for a second, bro. Listen, everybody, real quick. Oh, better yet, let me bring you back, Mike. You could be in here. In fact, where's Hollywood at? Oh, never mind. He's putting on his G-string. Never mind. Listen, everybody, just be quiet. Be quiet. Okay, let me bring Hollywood. You got your G-string on? Everything good? All right, man. So listen, real quick. Miss Freddie Stravia, number love for you. This one's for you.
Cumpleaños feliz, te deseamos a ti. 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 ¡Vámonos! ¡Felicidades! ¡Es tu cumpleaños! Happy birthday to you, 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 happy birthday to you. ¡Felicítalo!
There you go, Miss Freddie Stravia. Happy birthday to you, young lady.
Happy birthday, Mama. We love you.
May you have many, many more. Nothing but love. We got everybody up in here. Yeah.
She turned 29 yesterday.
That's right.
That's it. And Adam Fields is 4 years old. And look, we loving it, man. She says she loves it. She loves it. None but love.
I actually have an ABPT and bullies here. And I can tell you, I've actually always been a big fan of the Pitbull, but the differences in them are exponential, man. And my bullies are everything I wish my Pitbull was. They really are. The prey drive's too much.
Yeah.
If a squirrel or anything goes in the yard, my Pitbull will just shake with excitement. And she wouldn't do anything to it, but she's
right.
So excited, but my bullies, they'll just watch it go by. Like, they might not even follow it all the way through the yard, might just see the movement and then do something else. Like,
the bully already knows he ain't gonna get there in time, man.
Right.
The pit is just gonna react, but the bully, he already knows he ain't gonna. Kyle, what are you doing here, bro?
There you go. Hey.
He just goes like that. I love it, man. Oh, hey, listen, man. So this is what we're gonna do, man. This is what we're gonna do. Emilio Garcia saying happy birthday, Miss Freddie, a number love. Yeah. Hey, we got bullies, bourbon, beards, and barbecue. Jerry James, like me, a bully with some drive, though, make better show dogs. Yeah, you definitely want to use a little bit of drive, to be able to bait them, with food or whatever. But you don't want that straight up pit bull, I'm going to react to whatever, because you may be showing in the ring. All it takes is for him to see what he thinks is a cat and just take off on you, man. That's simple. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Frady Stravia. Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. But listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to bring up that video, and we're going to break it down by segments, and we're going to talk about it, right? We're going to talk about it. So let me just go ahead and bring it up here real quick. What are the differences between the American Bully and the American Pitbull Terrier? To be able to answer this, we must dive into the history of each breed, compare both of them side by side. We must also take a look at what influences our culture and influences our opinion as to both of these breeds. Lastly, we're going to give you irrefutable evidence, facts, so you can make a determination. These breeds are actually the same or they're totally different. All right, guys, I just want to let you know, we're not going to watch the whole video through. I'm just going to be showing you parts by parts, and then we're going to be able to talk about it, all right? So here we go. It was early in the 1800s when the pit bull was first bred in the United Kingdom. They had a sport, which was a blood sport, called bull baiting. And there were dogs that were old English bulldogs that were actually used to jump in the ring with a bull, and they would tire out the bull to the point of just death by exhaustion or by injury. Bull baiting was a form of entertainment for those on the lower echelon of the social economic ladder. As a result, the Cruelty to Animals Act was actually passed in 1835 by British Parliament. What did this do? It stopped some animals, to include bears and bulls, from actually being baited. So those that were actually breeding pit bulls for baiting, now it became an illegal act. So they actually had to pivot, and they got into ratting. So you ask, what is ratting? Ratting is nothing more than throwing rats in a pit with a dog and see how many he could kill in a certain amount of time. And essentially, that's where the pit bull actually gets its name, from being the dog in the pit that was actually ratting. Since dog fighting could be hidden more easily in order to be able to evade the law, a lot of citizens would just turn a blind eye. So bulldogs were actually crossed with terriers. The first pit bull terrier came out of this mix, and they did this because they wanted more speed and agility for both ratting and actually dogfighting. A few years before the Civil War, a lot of immigrants from the British Isles actually made their ways to America. They also brought along their pit bull terriers. When they got here, they were named the American Pit Bull Terrier. That's how they got that name. Even though they were originally bred to be fighting dogs, they actually started taking on different roles when they got here to a developing nation. They were pretty much taking an all-purpose role here in America. They were responsible for herding cattle, herding sheep, guarding livestock and families against thieves and wild animals. Also helping on hunts, even catching hogs. As a working dog as well as a companion dog. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. So far, man, what are you seeing? Are you liking? Are you agreeing with what you're seeing, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Man, we got 91 people up in here. Give me some likes and shares. Go ahead, Mike.
I remember whenever this when you did this video, the editing in this video is crazy, man. It's a really good video. Right after that, it goes into talking about how pit bulls became nannies, right?
Hey, let me just say, man, the editing.
Shout out to Kyle Holland in the
here, back, and also our guy Steven, he did a little something as well. But definitely,
hey, let me tell you though, that video, I think we all got about 40 plus hours in it.
Yeah.
I remember specifically you telling me about how much editing went in that video.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Yeah. That was crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, I'm gonna push you back. Go ahead, Michael. So
I was just saying it goes in right after that into how pit bulls were used as nanny dogs.
Well, that's going to be next. Going to be next.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's why keep it to the segment. Keep it to the segment. But you saw that they started out as being bull baiting dogs. Obviously, that got outlawed. That's where the bulldog got its original name. Yeah, is because that was the original bull baiting dog, and I think that the underbite that bulldogs have serves them well because supposedly, Mike, they would actually bite down on the nose of the bull clamp down there, and then the bull would, move, do whatever it wanted, and this fierce beast just wouldn't let go. That's
Yeah.
where the bulldogs got their name.
Reputation for that bite strength. That's really not as accurate as it is legendary, but
Yeah.
but definitely probably from that too.
Well, probably not even bite strength, but definitely not letting go under any circumstance.
Yeah,
That's what really got them. Let me see here. What's up, everyone? Ronnie F. We got Perk Nowitzki. All right. Any relation to Dirk? What do you guys think of old English bulldogs? I actually started out breeding old English bulldogs. Way too many allergies for me, man. But personality, personality-wise, I will say they're somewhat like bullies. I think bully breed dogs carry a lot of that bulldog temperament, where they're a little bit more laid back. There's a little bit less drive, and they almost want to take in things before they react to them. That's what I took from them. Grip strength like a vice. All right. Well, tell you what, man. Let me go ahead and play the next section on there, and you guys tell me what you agree or disagree. So we're at 226. I'm gonna stop it at 416. Less than 2 minutes. Here we go. Pitbulls were loved and regarded. Thus, this is where that mythical name came, the nanny dog, as they had a reputation to be loyal, loving, particularly with children. And soon, the American Pitbull Terrier started getting the name of the all-purpose, all-American dog because it was friendly, brave, hardworking, worthy of respect. In World War I and World War II, Pitbulls actually served as the nation's mascot. As part of wartime advertisement, the first war dogs were portrayed as brave and loyal. Most notably, there was a dog by the name of Sergeant Stubby. Yeah, Sergeant Stubby. He was the most decorated dog of World War I. He was actually the only dog that was nominated for rank and actually made sergeant during the war. So I guess if you were a private and you had a piece of bacon in your hand and he barked at you, that's considered an order. You got to hand it over, right? In 18 months, Sergeant Stubby served in the front line for 17 battles and 4 campaigns. As well as their wartime contribution, Pitbulls started getting more and more popularity and getting more and more love from the American public. So the Pitbull was actually being used in commercials, company logos, and popular television shows. You don't believe me? You ever watch Little Rascals? You ever seen Petey, the dog with the little line around its eye? Guess what? That's a Pitbull. Politicians, scholars, celebrities of the time were actually falling in love with the breed. From Helen Keller to Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, Mark Twain, Fred Astaire, Humphrey Bogart. During that time, the Pitbull was actually gaining enormous popularity. After World War II, Pitbulls started to be looked at more and more just like regular dogs. They weren't gaining more or less attention than any other dog out there. We don't have the most accurate historical facts right after World War II, but it is believed that there was actually some dog fighting going on. All right, so let's stop it right there. Dog fighting, right? So unfortunately, the Pit Bull Terrier in its history was known to be a dog fighting dog. Later on in the video is going to talk about how in the 1970s that particular side of it was brought on, and one of the most popular scenarios that's happened in the last 20 years with that particular breed was what happened with Michael Vick, which we'll definitely go into later on in the video as well. What do you think so far, man? Did you know there was a pit in World War I named Sergeant Stubby?
Not until I seen that video, but how cool is that?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, man, that to have a dog, and what they used to do. I was reading a little bit about Sergeant Stubby. They would actually put sometimes they would put munitions on him, whether it was bullets or I don't know if they had C4 back then. I'm sorry. I'm just talking off the top of my head. They put whatever, and he would go run while he was getting shot at and bombs going off, whatever, make it to there. They would have bullets, would have supplies, would have whatever, and then he would run back.
Courier.
A courier, bro. But
ammunition courier.
one hell of a courier. My Blues Nose is such a sweet lover to my 4-year-old daughter, and she's so loyal and protector of our home. Now, I have heard about pits being very lovable with the family. That's why they were called nanny dogs at a particular point.
I can attest to that, bro. My ABPT, her name is Luna. If I say where's your kid, she will look for Lily until I stop her, and then she's still looking for her. And
Where's your kid? I love that.
Yeah, that's just the way we trained her, so that she would keep up with our daughter.
Yeah, back in the, I guess, early 1900s, you would have a kid out in the front lawn, and you would have a nanny dog or a pit guarding him or her, and trust me, no one would come about. They have a movie about him, about Sergeant Stubby. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I definitely like to take a look. Real quick, guys, if you want to become a member of this channel, make sure to go down to descriptions below. We have a link there, and you could definitely click on that link for as little as $5 a month, and you're going to be interactive here with us. You're going to be part of the conversation. We're going to answer all your questions before you get off. One other thing I want to let you guys know, that over there to Michael's left, meaning you're right when you see it, it's nothing more than New Vet and New Joint DS. Those are the only supplements that we use here at QB and Kennel. Of course, you can't see New Vet because I have a green screen, right? So it's going right through. But either way, our ordering code is 513237, 513237. And if you do auto ship, you're going to get 13% off. Why do you want to get New Vet? You want to get New Vet because it's a multivitamin. It also has minerals that your dog is probably not getting from just eating kibble. In addition, why do you want to get Knee Joint DS? Because along with New Vet, this stuff is going to square your dogs away as far as their joints, soft tissue. So if you have a dog whose parents are not east-west, and he or she is looking east-west right about now because you've been feeding that cheap kibble, New Vet, New Joint DS, that's going to be your answer to solve dietary east-west. Either way, man, let's get back on the film, and we'll critique once we get over this next part. However, it was very minimal in number because Americans at the time were actually breeding the American Pitbull Terrier more for companion rather than for protection or herding or anything else. So what changed? I'm going to tell you what changed. In 1976, Congress amended the Animal Welfare Act of 1966. Among many issues that were being addressed, dogfighting became illegal in all 50 states. And it remains a crime in all 50 states to include District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. In addition, dogs destined to fight is also a felony offense in most states. However, there's two exceptions, and that's Montana and Hawaii. Now, it's illegal to fight dogs there, but you could actually watch a dog fight and not be charged. Sadly, when an act is criminalized, what it actually attracts more than anything is criminals. In the 1980s, dog fighting actually started to pick up again. So you could only imagine dog advocate groups were actually becoming more and more wary. Due to this movement, a lot of people started seeking out the pit bull for illicit purposes. You could only imagine they were trying to fit a dog in a mold that it was never meant to fit into in the first place. In the past, the breed was actually bred to treat strangers like a long-lost friend, but now they were being bred to be security dogs, fighting dogs, and anything else in between. As a result, pit bulls were associated with crime, poverty, and urban thugs. Although there is really no defining moment when it all went downhill, all indications point to 1987. That was a turning point, and we have none other than to thank Time Magazine for running a story called The Pitbull Friend and Killer. You could only imagine the public backlash after that towards the American Pitbull Terrier. And before the iron could actually cool, Sports Illustrated ran a story named Beware of This Dog. And the all-American dog went from being loved and appreciated to being hated pretty much everywhere out of fear. And due to the media portrayal and demonization of the Pitbull Terrier, it created the perfect storm for breed-specific legislation, which is nothing more than breed-specific discrimination. So the first city to pass BSL legislation was none other than Hollywood, Florida. And then all of a sudden, the Pitbull Terrier became a political platform for opportunistic politicians. Can you imagine that? And then BSL started popping up all over the place. Dogs 51 to be exact, on his property. The name of his kennel was Bad News Kennels. And man, was it bad news. Except for this. Once his dogs were confiscated, several groups, such as Best Friends Animal Society and Bad Rap, decided to take a chance on these dogs, and the media has been ruthless with this breed.
And when the homeowners tried to stop them, the animals turned on them.
A Maryland woman had a run-in with the pit bull that led to her Tesla getting damaged.
But that same media had to have a change of heart when 48 of these 51 dogs were actually accepted back into society.
So how far has Johnny come? Johnny earned the right to become a therapy dog. No one here even knew Johnny's background as a Michael Vick pit bull, and that's the point.
And the public happily embraced their stories. However, it is us humans that have actually put them in a position to fail. Again, the All-American dog showed you who he truly was. So 20 years after the breed actually took a PR hit from Sports Illustrated returned with a brighter side to the story. They showed the different face of this breed, one that invokes sympathy and even surprise from a re-educated public. Today, the Pit Bull Terrier gets good attention and also bad attention in the media. However, due to advocacy organizations and education, a more accurate image of these dogs is actually being promoted. They're also loved by some prominent figures such as Jessica Biel, Jon Stewart, Kale Cuoco, Rachel Ray, Jennifer Aniston, and many more. Nowadays, you could actually see Pit Bull Terriers in the show ring, in various dog sports, including weight pulling and agility, in law enforcement work, including narcotics, in search and rescue, in the armed forces, as a service dog.
A weekly visit that has quickly become a welcome tradition.
Family's just part of the family now.
You can see them in children's hospitals, hospice, veterans programs.
Our veterans are advocates for their dogs. They're very attached to their dogs, and I've never seen them be as vocal about what they're going through, what they're doing.
Pit Bull Terriers are once again being regarded as the All-American dogs, as they've always been. Now, I want you to understand, I gave you all that so you can... All right, let me stop it right there, man. Let me stop it right there. What do you think, man? What do you think? You think they earned the badge of being the All-American dog?
I think at the time, man, they're so iconic. And they have definitely been more versatile as far as, you know, everybody in America knows about the pit bull, man, for sure. And I do think they were targeted, like it said.
Wait a minute, we got Kyle jumping in. What you got, Kyle?
Here's the thing. We did another video on something similar to this, but it was talking about pit bulls. And where a lot of people don't realize where they screw up is they lump like 8 different dogs, or if they even look close to a pit bull, they get lumped into the pit bull category. If you actually look at their record, it's way minimal compared to any other dog. But since they take all of these dogs that look like pit bulls and say that's a pit bull, their statistics are way high. You might as well take a Rottweiler, a Chihuahua, a pit bull, and everybody just lump them in. Of course, the statistics going to be pretty high, you know. Right. So if they get them into a pound, they don't do blood work on them. They just say, oh, that's a pit bull. But 90% of them are like bulldog and mastiff, or, you know, different breeds.
Let me ask this, man. Do you think society truly takes dog abuse seriously? I mean, we all sit here and we talk about it. I'm pretty sure that dog people such as ourselves and people watching take any type of animal abuse kind of seriously. But, you know, Michael Vick, he did a little bit of time, came back out, had a multi-million-dollar contract waiting for him to play a little football. Do you think society really gives a shit about dogs and whether they're getting abused or not? Because if there's
not as much as they should.
If there's one breed, man, that can attest in being abused, and I'm saying being used as a fighting dog, is definitely the Pit Bull Terrier. Not to mention the marketing, the bad rap that comes with it.
For sure.
I don't think that I think we all hate it, but we're also very fast to kind of sweep it under the rug, especially when it's a football star that has a lot of talent. We want to watch him play. I'll be honest with you. If I was in the home city of wherever Michael Vick was playing at the time, more likely than not, I would be protesting and I wouldn't be buying anything from that team. Straight up.
Oh, I thought you were to say some outlaw justice was going to happen.
No. You gotta stay within your lane. You gotta follow suit. But the other thing that people don't realize, BSL.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says, and BSL is breed specific legislation. I think it was brought about exclusively for the Pitbull Terrier. And I feel that it was a very easy way of discriminating people from urban America.
that's
To
what that video was. That's the video that I'm talking about. When the one talking about the culture and how they lump it in. That's the video. I gotta find that one again too. That was a good one.
Yeah, I think the urban culture is one of the reasons why the American Bully has been banned in the UK. They could sit there and say all they want. I think countries in Europe are terrified of the American urban culture, even though, and the reason the governments are terrified is because their public consumes our urban culture, whether it's the music, the clothing, the style. I don't care what you want to name it. It's something they can't really grasp, right? And I just think that, unfortunately, man, due to several people, fighting these dogs, especially a guy like Michael Vick. Sit down and think about this for a minute. He had just signed a super multi-million-dollar deal. I can't tell you exactly off the top of my head. Let's just say $20 million for the sake of argument. Bro, you just signed a contract for $20 million for over 4 years. You're making $5 million a year. What the hell are you doing being involved with a dog fighting ring? Like, what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Like, seriously, there's so many other things you could be doing, from making more money to making yourself even look better in front of society, rather than stopping the world so that you can actually abuse dogs, have them fight, and then kill them because they were either scared, they weren't ready to fight, or whatever. Like, honestly, man, I do believe that people can rehabilitate and all that. But to me, the just punishment would have been, you're going to go to jail for 2 or 3 years and you're banned from playing football.
Yep,
Period.
that's it. At least 10 years. That's done.
No, 2 years, 2 years in jail. And when you get out, you're banned from playing football. Period.
They're
But
probably worried about him going back to doing street hustling, stuff like that.
no. The problem we have here in America, I'm going to tell you this right now. And I know I'm going to get a little bit off the subject here real quick, but I'm going to say this real quick. Do you guys know what the difference is between the United States and China is? Either one of you two.
We're a free nation.
Communism.
Yeah.
Throw all that out the window. I'm going to tell you what the real difference is. Here in America, and we call it freedom. I get it, man. And we're capitalistic. I get it, man. I'm on board, right? But I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. In America, right? Capital is what legislates. In China, the government legislates over capital. That's the difference.
Everything. They own everything.
That's the difference. That's the entire difference. So when I say that, do you not think for a minute that people were looking at Michael Vick, the NFL is looking at Michael Vick, waiting for the 2 years to go by, knowing full well that once we bring him on, we're going to be able to sell more tickets. We're going to be able to charge more on commercials. We're going to be able to do more this and that.
Because no publicity is bad publicity. All publicity is good publicity.
Right, but not just that. He was still an exceptional athlete. You can't take that away from the guy. To me, if you really wanted to take a stance, right? Because let's be honest, in the last 20 years, I don't think there's been a celebrity that's given more of a black eye to a breed than Michael Vick has. I think we could have said 2 years and you're going to be on probation for the following 10 years. And in those 10 years, you got to have a thing on your leg. So if the NFL wants you running around with one of them locators on your leg, then let them do that. And I'm sure the NFL would have never done that. They would
Well,
have never.
normally, you know, in any other case, it would be automatic that they would hold athletes to a higher standard.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't in that particular case. I mean, that what you're saying is why they didn't, but it's not surprising, but I am shocked that it went like it did.
Well, because that's going back to what Raul said. Do you think society holds a high regard to dogs being abused like that? And obviously, that's your answer right there. If he got off that easy.
Here's the other little dirty secret to our, capital rules over everything society. If I did what he did, I promise you I'd be in jail a lot longer than he would have. And I promise you, I would never be able to own a dog. I recently saw that he now owns Rottweilers and this and that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes, we go from being forgiving to being gullible. I don't get me wrong. Like I said, people can rehabilitate and all that. But after everything he did, I just don't see where he could be owning a dog, and I don't see where he could have been allowed to come back in the league, man. And no hate, bro, but if you were, this guy was killing dogs on site because they didn't want to fight. And
right
and when
right is wrong and wrong, man.
Whether it was him or it was the guy that he was abating or allowing to run the show, if the dog didn't want to fight, it got killed right then and there. And so if you were able to be part of that, you had no business going back on the football field making millions, bro. Straight up. I don't care how talented you are. Kyle, do me a favor, man. Get the dong ready. Here it is, man. Good Brothers Kennel. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate you.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón. We do this every Monday at 7 PCST. Nothing but love, good brothers. Appreciate you, man. Try to keep it lighthearted, stray fresh. Okay. I'm not sure what he commented. Kyle, keep your eyes open. D. Taylor, you had a good question. I honestly gifted, hoping it would go to you as soon as you could get your answers looking. Well, tell you what, man, I didn't. There you go. D. Taylor, I have 2 bullies on kibble and with raw components, but I've noticed mom has skin reaction to the kibble. Could that not allow her to absorb food as well, like those, like what? As well, like lose weight, etc., because body is rejecting it? It is very possible. Here's the thing, guys. When you feed kibble and you feed raw, there's 2 types of bacteria that are going to help break the foods down. This is why when you're only feeding kibble and all of a sudden you feed raw, dog goes straight into diarrhea and vice versa. So you're dealing with 2 different types of bacteria. My recommendation is, D. Taylor, go on Amazon, buy yourself some probiotics or get yourself some yogurt as well and start feeding that to the dog. And this should be able to smooth over. Now, I don't know if your dog's having skin issues because of allergies. You're thinking it's because they're rejecting the food. I can't, I can't elaborate on that. I don't have enough information to be able to answer either way. Thank you, good brothers. Sorry, got it back. All right, man. Squirrel Master, all the politicians are bought and paid for by their corporate donors and their elite friends with money. Nothing else could be more true, man. Yeah. Nothing but love, man. I love this community. D. Taylor had a question. Good brothers. He donates him a membership. I mean, nothing but love, man. Badre Saban, I agree with you. The savage Chinese dragon is a threat to the American economy. Absolutely, man. I'm not taking that away, but I'm just saying over there, you could have all the money you want. Their party or their way is going to come first. Here in America, you could have whatever party you want. Money's going to trump, period. We're going to figure it out, but money's going to trump straight up. I'm wondering who sold them these dogs. I'm sure if we go back enough, we could be able to find out. But at this point, what for? Not only that,
like you said, him in particularly, he could throw enough money around where if he wants it, he can get it.
Not only that, what are you going to do? Uphold the breeder that sold him the dogs? He didn't know that the dogs were probably going to be used for fighting, or maybe he did, but he's going to say
he bought them indirectly.
Right. So I'm just saying, man. D. Taylor says, seriously, thank you. You never know someone's life is going. I really needed that right now. Some love, appreciate you. Nothing but love, Detailer, man. And specifically coming from my dude, Good Brothers, man. Nothing but love. Detailer, I was going to get back to your question and answer it nonetheless, but the only reason I didn't do it right then and there is because we were on to something there for a minute. I didn't want to interrupt the flow. Malachi says, do you guys have a favorite old school dog that got you in the breed? I'm gonna say terrorist threats. And here's the sad part of it. I only saw pictures of him at the time. I never saw him in real life. And I'm just keeping it real. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead. You got something else, Mike, before I play the next part?
No, man. No.
Okay, so this next part is going to get into American Bully history. It's going to teach you a little Spanish, and then it's going to show you a little bit of anatomy, man. So it's actually pretty cool. So let me just go ahead and play that for you.
Now understand the history of the American Bully. The American Bully started out in the early 1990s by a gentleman of the name of Dave Wilson, who actually started breeding Amstaffs and Pitbulls in order to get what he called a bullier dog. The breed started out with two main bloodlines, Razor's Edge.
The dog that I created that gave me the ultimate look was Cairo. Once Cairo was created, that was basically me saying, I'm done. I've got exactly what I've been looking for. And this was the accomplishment that I've been looking for all these years.
And Gray Line. It would take over a decade for the American Bully to have its own registry, the ABKC, the American Bully Kennel Club, which was established in 2004. However, outside of the registry, the hip-hop culture embraced our breed because of the extremes in mass and look that it was portraying. Technology has played a big part in the dissemination and information of the American Bully. Dave Wilson, the American Bully founder himself, has stated in many interviews that in the early 90s, the way they would communicate would be through boards. As time went on, there was the appearance of the Atomic Dog magazine. The magazine at the time was the social media outlet that we have today, except it was back then. If your dog appeared on the magazine, he or she were pretty much set within the American Bully community. Through many interviews, Dave Wilson has stated over and over again that the breed has evolved.
The line continued on through the hands of other people.
There has been infusions of Bulldog, even Mastiff.
Some of the other lines that were brought in had some skepticism or of having Bulldog in it. Even though it was never said or wasn't said, those are some of the lines that also came into the breed.
That he himself admits was not even part of the original plan.
In the beginning, me personally, was something that I didn't agree with. I'll basically explain it to you. The American Bully, in the beginning, from my hands with Razor's Edge, was Pitbull and Amstaff.
Now he embraces it because the diversity it brings allows the breed not to be caught up in a bottleneck.
But there is element of Bulldog in the breed. Now that I've taken a step back and really take a good view of the breed, our breed has a really good, unique look to it, as long as it's not gone too far.
The fact of the matter is the American Bully today is not the American Bully from the early 1990s. However, some people out in social media will mislead you, sometimes not even purposefully.
3 reasons to get an XL Bull. If you're a fan of pit bulls in general, you might want to think about getting an XL Bully. It's the same thing, it's just 2 or 3 times the size.
As they haven't taken the time to truly understand and comprehend what this breed was made for, what it was when it started, and what it has become today. You know, somewhat surprising to me how a dog trainer or somebody that deals with dogs on a consistent basis is able to think that the American Bully is nothing more than a bigger version than, say, the Pitbull or the Staffordshire Terrier.
Getting an XL Bully, it's the same thing.
For all the reasons we have already gone over. But let's get into the differences in the structure of the two so that you can see that it's not even close. And it's quite simple to tell them apart. So we're going to go over 10 irrefutable differences between the American Pit Bull Terrier and the Staffordshire Terrier and the American Bully. But before we get into it, I got to let you know, you're going to be learning some Spanish in this comparison. I was able to get the Staffordshire Terrier standard in Spanish, and I have the American Bully standard in English. Lucky enough for you, I can habla. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1, numero uno. We're going to be going over the stop. If you notice, stop in Spanish is the same as in English. So give yourself a round of applause. You just learned your first term of dog anatomy in Spanish. Now back to the American Bully. The stop on the American Bully is 90 degrees, whereas on the APBT and the Staffordshire Terrier, it is not at 90 degrees. Número dos, number two, we're going to go straight to the muzzle, or la trufa, as we say in Spanish. Now, I know we don't have a straight shot to show you, but you got to trust me on this. The muzzle on the American Bully, not only is it shorter, that you can see here on this illustration, but it's also wider, noticeably wider. You look at the stop, you look at the muzzle, there's a very evident difference in the two. Número tres, number three, we're going to talk about the underjaw, or macetero, as we say in Spanish. You look at the underjaw of the American Bully, it is a lot more pronounced than, say, the Pitbull Terrier / Staffordshire Terrier. I mean, look at it. It's not even close. Number four, número cuatro. Yeah, you didn't think you were going to be learning Spanish today, but yeah, you are.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
We're going to take a look at the neck. Again, it is pretty obvious that the American Bully has a thicker, more pronounced neck and more of a bull bulge than the Pitbull Terrier / Staffordshire Terrier. For those of you that don't know how to say bull in Spanish, you say toro. And if you're trying to say a bull bulge, you say bulto de toro. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Neck is cuello. And definitely the American Bully has a bull bulge that is more pronounced. Next up is número 5 de mayo. Number 5, número 5, hombros or shoulders. Again, the American Bully was built for more mass. So undoubtedly the shoulders are going to be wider, bulkier, and more bulge in them. I guess you call that bulgier. Or in Spanish, más bulto. Number 6 is right in front of the shoulders, which is the chest, el pecho. And due to its mass, as you notice, we keep coming back to it, due to its mass and stockier frame and body, the chest on the American Bully protrudes more. El pecho sobresale más. Next up is number 7. Número 7. We're going to be comparing the rear, o los cuartos traseros. Again, the American Bully was built to be stockier. You're able to notice it in the rear, starting at the croup all the way to the point of the rump and down the leg. Now, I'm sure you want to hear that in Spanish. Los cuartos traseros del American Bully son más anchos, más musculosos. Se nota la diferencia desde la grupa al punto del glúteo, yendo hacia abajo en el muslo hasta la pierna. So there, you got that. Number 8, número 8, we're going to be talking about the tuck. Now, look at your screen. You're going to notice it is more prominent in the American Pitbull Terrier / Staffordshire Terrier in comparison to the American Bully. This has to do because of a stockier and more mass in the body. Now, you think I forgot to tell you how you say it in Spanish, right? Tuck in Spanish is pliegue. Y el pliegue es más prominente en el APBT y el Staffordshire Terrier que el American Bully, por cuestión de que el American Bully tiene más masa. Number 9, more bone. I mean, más hueso. It's that simple. Anywhere you look, así de simple.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Number 10, número 10. This is a dead giveaway. Demasiado fácil. We're talking about las costillas. The ribs. Ribs will undoubtedly show more on the breed that has less mass. You already know which one that is. American Pitbull Terrier / Staffy in comparison to the American Bully, which is going to show less ribs. Y lo que dije es lo que ya ustedes saben. Las costillas van a ser más notables en un APBT o Staffy que en un American Bully. Así de simple. Y es por cuestión de la masa corporal. Now, before we let you go, I definitely want to give you some statistics, some things to pay attention to. That way, whenever you hear pit bulls, American Bullies in the news, you can see right through their bull. I want to thank Lovables. If you have not checked out their website, I recommend you go ahead and see it. They adopt and foster pit bulls. Just as important, they are also a resource for that particular breed. And I want to share some statistics directly from their website. In December 2013, the Journal for the American Veterinary Medical Association published the most comprehensive multifactorial study of dog bite related fatalities completed since the subject was first studied in the 1970s. This is coming directly from the webpage. The researchers of the study found that 80% of the dogs could not be properly identified. In addition, only 18% of the cases could the dog be identified to one exact breed, as opposed to a mixed breed. Dr. Victoria Voith of Western University and the Maddie's Shelter Medicine Program conducted a survey in 4 different shelters of 4 different staff members identifying the breeds of 30 dogs per shelter. So in essence, it was 120 dog versus 16 workers. And here are the results. As determined by DNA testing, 25 out of 120 dogs were actually true pit bulls. The other 95 were not. However, shelter staff identified 55 of the 120 as being pit bulls. That's 30 more than identified as pit bulls through DNA testing. That's an uptake of 33%, pretty significant. It doesn't stop there. They also misidentified 40 of the 120 dogs as a complete wrong breed, and only 20 of the original 55 they identified as pit bull were actually identified as pit bull by the DNA test. That's an overall false positive rate of 25%. In addition, the shelter staff misidentified 5 of 25 pit bulls that were identified through DNA testing. So if you couple these errors along with the media bias and BSL legislation, along with social media ignorance, you realize you've been led down the slippery slope of lies and misinformation. So I ask you, is the pit bull the same as an American bully? Leave me your comments down below. On behalf of pit bulls and American bullies everywhere, this has been Raul from the Q, catching you on the next.
All right, guys. All right, man. Thank you for making it through with us, man. Listen, y'all got to see quite a bit without interruption. Is there anything you guys are agreeing or disagreeing with? I think that that particular video, man, I definitely want to shout out my guy Steven Torres and my guy Hollywood Holland, man, because they stuck it through with me to do one of their very best editing jobs in any one of our videos we've ever had.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I definitely did a deep dive as far as the research to be able to, put that type of information out, man, because, it's kind of hard to find information that's objective about the pit bull terrier. You say pit bull terrier, I don't care what language or what country in the world, everybody has a critique. Everybody has an opinion over that particular breed. And all it has been mostly is propaganda. It's been the media, bombarding you with what they want you to believe what that breed is about. So Shatri says, no, they aren't the same, but they are good dogs. Yeah, look, there's no such thing as a bad dog. It's a bad owner, right? So let me just give you an example. If you are someone like myself that I'm not interested in having a working dog, I want a dog to pay attention to me, to be a companion with me, to be able to take him, wherever I go, just have a chill demeanor, chill attitude, not have too much drive. That's what the American Bully's for. If you're into whatever pits are good at doing, whether it's, being a hog dog or whatever the case may be, then definitely that's the type of dog you got to get. But if I was to get a pit, I'm pretty sure that breeder would tell me from the very get, hey, listen, bro, he ain't going to be sitting down watching movies with you most of the time. He's going to want to be doing something, right? The same could be held true for other breeds like Cane Corso and Rottweilers and all these other breeds. But a lot of times we get fixated with a particular look. We look at a dog as an accessory, kind of like glasses or a hat or maybe a purse to show off to our friends or whatnot. And therefore we get the wrong breed. And then when the dog either, overstays his welcome or does a couple of things that now he becomes a liability, we dump him in a shelter. And that's pretty much how we roll as humanity, bro.
It's tough, man. The ABPT, especially of all dogs, man, they've been through a lot as a breed, man. And it's sad that they've been used as a tool like they have. And another thing that's sad is what you talked about earlier, that all these dogs are lumped together. I think Kyle mentioned that earlier. It's like people say like, oh yeah, I know it's a bulldog, and they'll say it's an American bulldog. I said, well, no, it's not even that either. So it's they all get the same rap no matter what it is, and they couldn't be any more different to me. I mean, the similarities between them are about like a Malinois and a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
they're not the same.
No, they're not the same. In fact, I had spoken to my guy, Alex Gonta. If you guys recall, I had brought him in here. Dude, very knowledgeable, especially about, German Shepherds and whatnot. And he was telling me that one of the main differences between Shepherds and Malinois, right? I got educated. He says Malinois will take what you say literally, and there's no room for flexibility, whereas the Shepherd has a little bit more flexibility,
Right.
So if you ever do a repetition with a Malinois and you do it the wrong way, he'll continue to do it forever and ever. You've just created all this, work for yourself, because he is very literal in the, his understanding of how to be trained. All my bills are sitting. Watch you. He's saying his bulls. Good brother said, definitely different. Me and my brother Tavio used to breed pits, and we love them. Now that we have bullies, we had to educate ourselves on the breed because of the differences.
That's
No,
true.
most definitely. I got Kyle in the back. What you got, Kyle?
See, but I was just going to say what Mike was saying. That just goes to show you how easily it is to influence our society, a set mindset and a set way, and it's that way forever. I can't go anywhere and they're like, or when I'm trying to explain an American bully, they're like, oh, a pit bull. No. Oh, so American bulldog. No. It's just back and forth, the same thing Mike was saying.
I've been through it a lot too.
2 or 3 days before Christmas, listen to this story, man. You won't believe this. 2 or 3 days before Christmas, I headed to Tractor Supply and I had to go get some stuff. And I'm there with Fireball. I take him everywhere. And this guy that works for the county, I guess he's the dog catcher for the county. He said, "Oh, a pit." And I said, "No, that's not a pit. That's an American bully." And before I could even finish my sentence, he's like, "Oh, I work for the county animal shelter." I said, "Bro, I don't care who you work for. This is not a pit. This is an American bully." And, he then accepted it and moved with it. But my whole point is, I work for the animal.
So I know better.
A pit. No, this is not a pit, you idiot. This is an American bully. That's part of the problem. A lot of the people working in there cannot identify the dogs. And this is not me saying it. This is the ASVMA saying it.
That's right.
So just keeping it real with you guys, man.
Sometimes I take the time and I do my 10-minute spiel, and then I show them this video that we just watched.
Right.
Get it here, watch this. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't even have time for it.
Sometimes it could be a bit boggy, bro. It could bog you down.
I'll tell you what, the examples given there in that video, I always remember them being like, what a clear example, clear depiction of the differences. This video really displays it well, man. The 10 differences like that. I mean, they're truly not the same, man, and that's just the phenotypical differences. Like they're different, man. They don't have the adrenaline. There's
That's
a lot.
the first thing like you said, that's the first thing I noticed is the muzzle and the head. That right there gives it away. That's a dead giveaway right there.
Yeah. I'd say next would probably be the tuck,
Yeah, the tuck, too much of it. It's definitely favoring the pity. Also, the bone. The Pitbull Terrier is not allowed to have the type of bone that our dogs have, for example. In fact, here, let me show you guys something. Let me share the screen. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me just share something with you. This is the AKC. This is the AKC interpretation of what a Pitbull Terrier should be. Let me go over to here. It is. This is what I want to show you guys. Look at the weight. They are allowed to be between 55 and 70 pounds, the males, and 40 and 55 pounds, the females. This is definitely
for sure.
This is definitely not the same breed. We got pockets that will probably outweigh the biggest accepted pit bull in the AKC.
100%.
And that's because of the amount of bone and you know everything else that pretty much goes with it. So I wanted to share that. There's something else
I'm personally a bigger Staffy person than I am Pitts. I think they're both lovely and they're good with everybody, but I like Staffy's a little more, to be honest. If I'm not, that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, it's you know your opinion. It's just that everybody opinions are like body parts, Kyle. Everybody's got one,
It.
right?
That's it.
So
I
it's
like
cool.
how you changed that.
Yeah, it's cool. But listen, real quick, man. Let me go ahead and bring this up, right? Actually, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Bear with me here for a second. Trust me on this. So I wanted to talk to you guys about Regal Choice. Real quick, man. For those of you that have a dog that's amped up when it's time for you to leave, or goes nuts, bonkers whenever there's fireworks on 31st, 4th of July, or is pretty much just an amped breed or an amped up dog for that matter. Our guys over here at Regal Choice, they will take care of you. They actually have tinctures, right, for dogs. I never knew that they were called tinctures, but yep, that's what they're called, tinctures. And it's CBD tinctures. They go for $49.99, and that's the 1,500 milligrams CBD full spectrum. Okay, and also you
can use those on dogs too. Those.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't know if that was for people or just for dogs.
Let me go back. You're right. This is for people. I'm over here. Well, look, here we go. 1,000 milligrams, $39.99 for pet CBD. Okay, $39.99. You get an additional discount if you use our promo code, and that's nothing more, nothing less than QBNK 911. QBNK 911. You're going to get a discount. Check it out, man. They got this one here that's bacon flavored, and this one here that's roasted chicken. I can tell you, my dogs love both.
Hell, I want that one.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
recommendation on just my experience with CBD with these dogs.
Right.
If you're gonna, like, let's say you're using it for a certain purpose, like say your dog has a lot of nerves in the show ring, for example. I highly recommend that you do a trial run and experiment with it a little bit, from warming your dog up to that different feeling, and also and to getting your dose nailed down. Because if you let them try CBD for the very first time and you put them on a show lead and take them in the ring,
right,
it might not go well, or
right.
it might go really well. But it's kind of like, it's one of those things where if the dog's never experienced it, then you might want to do a little trial run first. I found that it works a lot better if you do. But we use it on our dogs when they travel, and if they get too wound up at a show, we've used it at shows before. But I just recommend, letting the dog experience it before you just throw them in the ring with it.
Well, I wanted to show this to you guys. Like I said, it's $39.99. You get an additional discount if you put QBNK 911. If you're like Kyle, and you yourself are stressed out, even though you're not even going in the show ring, but you're just stressed out, right? They also have CBD 1,500 milligrams and 3,000 milligrams.
They've got good products, and they're legit, and they're really good about shipping and everything. They take good care of it.
Yeah, the beauty about it is they could actually ship to all 50 states. Look at this. They got new tropics. You know what this is, right, Kyle? Mushrooms.
Yep.
They got
mushrooms. I take them every day.
Yeah, they got edibles, right? For those of you that are in states where,
Lion's mane is my favorite. Lion's mane is really good.
Yeah, for that mushroom. For those of you that are in legal states, hey, man, look. And even if you're in illegal states, it doesn't matter. They're able to ship to all 50 states. Just keeping it real with y'all, man. Again, this is Regal Choice. And then once you get in, say, this is a make-believe order I did on purpose just to show you guys the discount. So if you was to go in there, right? Look, coupon code
I like the name. Grandpa Larry.
Yeah, QBNK 911. You get an extra $12 off, which is going to cover your shipping. And then you have an extra $3 for your next order, right? So there you have it. Grandpa Larry over here, 28 grams of I don't know what. I was just messing around. Let me quickly get out of there. But either way, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Oh, hold on. I got a couple of people saying they want to see more. Okay, well, hey, since you want to see it, let me show it to you, man. They got Baccio Gelato Biscotti Pancake. Man, that sounds like you're not going to get up. Forbidden Fruit, Larry OG, Lemon Larry, Lambo OG, Grandpa Larry, Peanut Butter Breath, Purple Punch, Rainbow Runs.
Tell them, Raul, tell them a little bit about how it's how they're able to do it to all states. As you know, there's a reason why they're able to do that.
Okay, that's a good point.
It's 0.03, I believe, and it's you explained it to me, but it's 0.03.
Well, that's the CBD, but the THCA.
Yeah, THCA. The way it works is they actually won a lawsuit in Congress. I mean, in the Supreme Court, where they're able to ship this stuff because it is THCA. It does not become THC until you light it up. And because in America, you're not guilty. You're not guilty until proven innocent, right? It's the other way around. You're innocent until proven guilty. Essentially, they're able to ship this to all 50 states.
So it's not THC until you fire it up. So you can have it ordered to your house anywhere in the United States legally. And as long as you order it and legal it and put it in your pocket, it is 100% legal until you put a lighter to it.
That is correct. 100%. And Kyle, do me a favor, Kyle, because you're looking like you wanted to order some. But before you do, give Tavio Burton some love for becoming
Es claro que sí, cabrón.
It's claro que sí, cabrón. We do this every Monday. Hey, hold on, man. Mike.
Nah, I ain't ready.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
No,
come on. Pues claro que sí, cabrón. Come on, man. Come on, Mike. Pues claro.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Yeah, pues claro que sí,
Was
cabrón.
that your real voice?
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
That's it. Yeah, man. So, hey, if you guys want some peanut bread, some blueberry pancakes, right?
Look, and that's what like Squirrel Master saying. Look, check with y'all's state if you feel like you don't like. They said it's illegal to ship in Iowa. Just check with y'all state laws before y'all do anything.
Yeah,
just be mindful.
I will tell you this, guys. I am sponsored by this company. They did ship me some samples for my dogs, so chill. But either way, they shipped everything through UPS. And had I ordered anything else up on there, it will be shipped through either UPS, FedEx, or any other governmental, what's it called? Snail mail, right? Through federal, through any type of federal mail. They're able to ship it. And before I let you guys go, I do want to let you know one last thing, man.
Guys, real quick, let me talk to you about New Vet and New Joint Plus. This is a multivitamin. This is joint support. Many people out here have done before and after pictures showing you the improvement that this alone brings to the table. If you're feeding kibble, if you're feeding raw, there could be some insufficiencies that are actually causing structural issues to your dog. Wouldn't you want to correct that? This is just it. The multivitamin that'll do it for you is New Vet and also joint support with New Joint Plus. I recommend both bottles. We're going to go ahead and leave a link in the descriptions below. Now let's get back to it.
And let's get back to it. We shall. Real quick, Big Island is saying, yeah, for the dogs. Laugh out loud. Yes, for the dogs. We'll be starting those stuff. Welcome, my brother and business partner, Tavio, man. Congratulations, man. Nothing but love, man. But yeah, guys, there you have it. The differences between a pit and a bully. There's so many. We really can't sit here all night and make a video on it. Go ahead.
I don't think I heard Mike say it. Was I not? Did I not hear it?
I said it. You better watch the rerun.
He needs a week of practice. Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
There you go.
It helps when you say it fast like that.
Yeah, the faster
You
say
really
it,
might not be saying it right. Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Hey, look, Ronnie F is saying that he uses this stuff for his cataracts.
Okay.
Right. And hey, man, it's all good. I know Kyle takes the pet tinctures, right? For his nerves.
Well,
And my new vet,
yet, so you know.
my new vet blue bottle too. It goes well with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. We got Adam Field says, pues claro que sí, cabrón. Well, guys, listen, we're going to leave it here for the night. Let me just back out.
I use one to get me going and one to keep me going.
There you go. There you go. So
that's really cool, man. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of uses for it with the dogs, especially traveling, man. We love it.
Our separation anxiety is a big one. For people
sure.
that have their dogs with them all the time and go somewhere and they tear stuff up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, guys, you already know. Regal Choice. What's my code, Kyle? Do you remember my code? QB&K what?
911.
911. You know why?
That's it.
Because when you're in an emergency and you need to bring it down and you just need to chill, you got to get a hold of Regal Choice, man. They're going to make it happen for you. With our code QB&K 911, we're going to give you a special discount. Kyle, start them up, man.
It's your boy Hollywood Holland, your boy in the back at the queue, and we're catching you on the next one.
Money Mike.
Boom.
Money Mike, man, down here in Arkansas, man, with Creek Bank Kennels, man. Enjoyed it tonight. Love the history lesson. See y'all on the next one.
Hey, I'm going to break it down in Spanish just like I did in that video. That's just how we're going to roll tonight, man. Ya ustedes saben, soy Raúl de QB Kennel. Tú sabes que hablamos todo lo que tiene que ver con los perros, en particular American Bullies. Y para toda la gente cubana que volá y para los chamos venezolanos, ahí estamos. ¡Cógelo!
Here we go. Kill the whistle. Oh, yeah. We are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk. And the sun. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time. Don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate and learn to cooperate. Yeah, hit that like button and do your thing. 5 membership will get you in. So let's talk dogs and don't waste no time. Monday 7 PCST. Don't come doing the HATE. Otherwise Hollywood will give you the BYE. Here we go, kill the whistle. Oh yeah, we are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and a song jump